50, 45, there goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 480. Today is Friday, the 13th, December 13th, 2024. E, welcome in. Are you a believer of the whole Friday the 13th thing, or nah, you don't really believe in it?
Come on, Dill. Has anything ever happened to you because it was the Friday the 13th?
Not that I can
No,
recall.
exactly. So,
Not that
no, I do not believe on it, but I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's getting a little cold out here. It was cold this morning, but other than that, Dill, let's get into it.
Holidays right around the corner. Any big plans? Girlfriend, family? What are we thinking? Are you a big Christmas guy?
I'm more of a
Grinch.
Not Grinch, but
Okay.
let's just say I have more of a good time on New Year's than I do Christmas.
That's fair. I know a lot of people that aren't the biggest Christmas people, but they like New Year's better. That's fair. I like New Year's. I think both are really cool. But yeah, I hope everyone stays warm out there, especially up here in the Northeast. Got a great show for you guys. Got some news we will talk about at the top of the show. Army-Navy game goes down this weekend in Landover, Maryland this year, and then next year goes up to the bank at M&T in Baltimore, Maryland. We'll talk about that game next week. College playoff starts, plus the bowl games as well. We'll have picks on that. And then week 15, 7 1 o'clock games in the 1 o'clock window, 5 late game window games as well. And then we'll go to the NBA towards the end of the show. We got 8 games on a slate for the Friday. But, Kid, I do want to start with your old coach, Bill Belichick. Going back to coaching, but it is not in the NFL. It is in college. Down in the beautiful Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Gets a 5-year deal, about $10 million per year. Kid, I like it. I know a lot of people don't. It's a small market. It's not the best job in the ACC. But I think if you really know Bill, which obviously you do, he's always mentioned wanting to go back to coaching, and especially in the college level. I thought maybe the Naval Academy, since his father had ties there, maybe that would have been a better fit, but you know, he's going to run it. He said it on the Pat McAfee show last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. He's going to run it like an NFL program. And I think he's going to do well. It's not so much recruiting, because with the NIL, he's not going to go into people's homes and try to recruit. They raised the NIL program from about $5 million in funding for the program, for the football program, to about $30 million now. So they got money to spend, and that's how they're going to do it. They got a GM, Michael Lombardi, guy from New England Patriots as well. They brought him to the GM, and you know they're going to run it. They're going to run a pro player system in this program in North Carolina. And a lot of people are saying, you know, if they don't win a national championship, it's bust. I strongly disagree. North Carolina is, don't get it twisted, they're still a basketball school. They're still a basketball school. But if they win 9, 10 games and they produce a lot of NFL talent, which I think they will,
maybe
that is a
for a
success.
conference.
And win a few bowl games, that is what they are going to do. And I think that is what they want. Michael Lombardi came out today and said, listen, we are evaluating and grading every player on the roster right now, and we will start by getting a quarterback. They're going to go out and get a quarterback. And you know, Bill Belichick, the defense has been a little iffy, but as you see, we've seen Sam Howell. You have Drake May now. North Carolina can produce some players now. We'll see what they do. Obviously, Mitchell Trubisky as well. He came out of North Carolina. So there is talent there and has come out of Chapel Hill. It is a small program, but that defense is going to get better under Bill Belichick. And after the 3 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, he's going to turn it over to his son. Like, this is going to be a Belichick run organization for the next 10 years. So I love it, Kid. Your thoughts on the move, and Thoughts on him, because he was only a few ways of breaking the record in the NFL. A lot of people thought he wanted to break that itch first and then maybe go down to college. So I guess your thoughts overall on the move.
To be honest, it was a little surprising just because, I thought he wanted to go back to the NFL. That was just my theory. Like you said, go after the record. And why not finish, in the NFL? But I think this is something he honestly personally wanted to do and accomplish. He always mentioned it. Still, I think going to UNC is a great move.
Yeah.
Out of because it's not like high expectations. Say if you would have went to like a powerhouse, maybe like Ohio State or somebody like that, just a powerhouse, then the expectations will pile up. Or like you said, if you don't get a national title, it's a bust. This and that. Now, if he just uplifts a small program and gets it to the right direction moving forward, he'll be remembered as not just Bill Belichick, the greatest NFL coach of all time, but look what he did also at the back end of his career in USC. So to me, yeah, not what I thought, not what I liked, but couple hours later, though, I see what he did, and I hope he has success there. Do I love it? No, but also kind of glad that he don't need to coach against the Patriots either. So that's kind of good. So hopefully he could lead them to the ACC championship, something like that. But I don't have no expectations for him to win a national title. And if he fucking does,
he's already the greatest coach of all time.
So, all I'm saying is, I highly doubt he does.
Yeah.
But don't let this man win a national title. No, honestly, if he even makes a college playoff within 4 years,
incredible.
That's incredible.
Do you think he will? Because you mentioned success. We already know what his NFL resume does. Apparently, he brought a 400-page plan book on what he wants to do with this program from all the years in the NFL. Do you think he will have success at the college level?
Yes. You know why? Not just because it's, coaching ability, but let's be real. The game has changed. This NIL thing changed a lot of things. And one thing I can honestly say confidently, Dill, my boy Bill has a lot of rich friends.
Yeah.
Knows a lot of rich players that wouldn't mind a tax write-off or something like that coming at the end of the year, Dill. Who wouldn't mind helping out Bill Belichick, who elevated his game and probably got him to a Hall of Fame, got him that gold jacket, made him an All-Pro, got him a huge signing deal back in 05, back in 07, back in 2010. They're going to be like, you know what? Here's Bill Belichick. I'll throw $500K at you.
And remember, North Carolina has the Jordan deal as well.
Deal. Jordan might be like, you know what, Bill? I might still throw some money behind Bill. My boy Jordan,
he's a gambler.
He
is. He is.
My man Jordan is a one-time billionaire, and I know he wouldn't mind throwing an extra few million at Bill Belichick in that college program. So to me, great move for USC, and I think Bill Belichick will make me a believer out of the move sooner than later.
They go from Mac Brown, an amazing coach as well, to now Bill Belichick. I think that's a great 1-2 punch as well.
And I love the fact that the GM took off his blazer and then put on a blazer with sleeveless. You seen that?
Oh, yeah. I love that. That was the AD. That was the AD.
Oh.
Yeah, that was, and I love in the press conference was today, his first words was beat Duke. He's already into it. He's already into the Tar Heels tradition, you should say. A lot of people are saying, because if you look at the schedule for the upcoming season, it's not the sexiest schedule. Like I said, it's not honestly even the best job out there, but it's something that fits perfectly for what he wants to do. He's going to have total control over this program. A lot of people are saying, you know what, maybe the first year they'll watch a lot of North Carolina games. I think I kind of disagree. I think people are going to watch North Carolina. I think they're going to be box office for the next few years. Look what now, obviously he's not like prime time, but no one watched Colorado. Yeah, but then prime time got there and he was must-see TV.
Yeah, he ain't prime time, but the resume speaks for itself there. There's going to be a lot of players that's going to transfer to USC just to get that knowledge and to be able to play for Bill Belichick. And best believe, if there's a team out there, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round, they'd be like, hey, let's call Bill. Let's see what he thinks about this guy. And Bill gives you that nod. Bill could help you get drafted. So I wouldn't be shocked if you see a couple, not a bunch. You're not going to see it poured in, but I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple months, and spring, we see a couple, 4 or 5 star recruits on the defensive side of the ball
Exactly.
go to the USC.
I was just going to say, especially on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to improve massively.
Yeah.
And I
Think
just think
about
it's
it.
a really good
Think
deal.
about it. If you're a linebacker that possibly not gonna start, and you're elite, why not go start under Bill Belichick?
Just imagine like being a student, like a student reporter in the ACC or just there in Chapel Hill, small town in North Carolina, and being reporting and interviewing Bill Belichick, especially with his resume. I mean, you know it. I don't have to read it. 6 Super Bowl titles, 9 appearances. He's won the AFC East 17 times. He has 266 wins, 30 playoff wins. I mean, this guy has seen and done it all, kid.
Yeah, you know what I said, Dale? Look at your phone. I'm not gonna say it on the show, but look what I just sent you. I said that's gonna be my boy Bill every Saturday.
I
night.
saw that.
Legend.
I
So,
saw that.
I love the move. Like I said, I think UNC is the real winner in all of this because it's gonna elevate the college program. Maybe not now, but for the future. So to me, it's a great move for them.
Yeah, his quote today was, "I'm excited for the opportunity at UNC Chapel Hill. I grew up around college football with my dad, obviously with his ties to the Naval Academy. I've always wanted to coach college, and now I look forward to building this football program in Chapel Hill." So congratulations to Bill, his family, everything. I think he's going to have tremendous success, and success is not getting the college playoff. It's getting guys to the NFL, winning 9, 10 games, getting a nice bowl game. That is success in Chapel Hill. Let's go to little news in the NBA. I thought it was very interesting. We were talking on the phone yesterday, and I go, did you see the news with Jimmy Butler and his agent, Bernie Lee? And you go, no. So apparently Shams reported that, they're listening to offers, the Miami Heats. They're saying the Suns are interested. Dallas, Houston, the 2 Texas teams, and also Golden State as well. But now Jimmy Butler's agent has publicly stated that these claims are false and unfounded. And then Shams went on NBA Today and said, no, from trusted sources, what I reported is fact. So now they're going back and forth. Like this guy, his agent, what is his name? Bernie Lee, he goes, all right, listen, I gave you a pass yesterday because I was busy, but if you don't stop putting my name on your complete and utter made up bullshit because you normally aren't worth my time to acknowledge.
Talk to him.
They're going crazy back and forth. I think there is some truth to it. Whether the agent wants to come out and say it or not, I would put a lot of money on to believe that Shams is not just reporting fake stuff, especially going on ESPN and live television and just saying made up bullshit. So I think there's a little truth, maybe not the whole truth, but I do think there is some truth to it. What are your thoughts on this dilemma?
Personally, are there truths to it? Yes, I think there's truths to it. I think Jimmy Butler and Miami Heat, I think their time is over. Jimmy Butler, I think he wants to play for a contender. Miami Heat right now certainly are not contenders. Is Shams lying? That's what it comes down to. It. I doubt it, but can he? Yeah. What? I'm not saying why not, but can he be exaggerating?
But why would he?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can it be exaggerating? Instead of like 1 or 2 teams reaching out, maybe that's the truth. Did he exaggerate? Maybe these other teams.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true because clearly there's some interest out there for Jimmy Butler. And clearly Jimmy Butler's not happy. It's not like they're out just denying the trade rumors. It's just all this other stuff. So personally, I think Shams is definitely correct, but can he possibly exaggerate it a little bit? Maybe. So, or can the agent just be capping himself because he's mad that
because it got out there? Yeah.
His top client his top client is a little frustrated that it got out there.
What do you personally believe? Because I think you hear, especially in the NBA, if these claims or speculations are false or the narratives are false, usually you hear the player come out and say, that's cap. Like that's not reality. But you haven't heard a peep from Jimmy Butler, which makes me believe that there is some truth to it. Some. Now, do I think he's capping a little, to your point? I do. I think most people do. Are you surprised Jimmy Butler's not coming out?
I'll tell you one thing, Jimmy Butler never been shy to open his mouth.
That's
about
the
anything.
thing.
So
Yep.
if Jimmy Butler has an opinion, he will make his voice heard. And that's one of the reasons why I love Jimmy Butler. That's why I feel like it's true. Like
Yeah.
what do Sean's benefit?
That's the thing.
Like what does he get out of it? Like he's already Sean's. Like if Jimmy gets traded to one of those teams, well, he's right. If he gets traded, let's just say to the Magic, which I highly doubt. I'm just saying for example, the Magic. Okay, what does that prove? Maybe the Miami didn't like the offers those 4 teams sent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. Hey, maybe Jimmy goes to Cleveland. Who knows? It comes down to who sends Miami the best offer. Is what's best for business. It's not maybe maybe they'll be like, you know what, Jimmy, we'll take care of you. What's your dream destination? And maybe they'll do that. But knowing Pat Riley, he
I
ain't
don't
going.
think. Yeah, I was just gonna say
on
Pat
now.
Riley not doing that. I was gonna ask, do you think maybe Miami does do right by them? But then you answered my question because I don't think Pat Riley, even though Jimmy Butler has done well and treated the organization well and brought them to
Pat Riley standing on business.
Yes, he's a businessman. Out of those 4 teams, let's speculate here because I think everyone is speculating. Out of those 4 teams, which team would you like to see him go to? Because I have my team that I would like him to see.
I see. Like is crazy. Like personally, I'm a Kyrie Irving fan, so I'm gonna say the Dallas Mavericks. Where the location where I think is the best fit and scenario to win a championship, it will be Golden State.
Yeah.
Just because Golden State could send a couple young pieces to Miami in return, which would kind of be the perfect fit for both sides, in my opinion. And now Golden State gets that third option who could possibly lead them to a contender. Because right now, Golden State, they're good, though. But we saw in these past 2-3 weeks, they're not looking like a contender.
They need that one piece.
They need that one piece. And guess what? Playoff Jimmy is a huge piece.
I know you mentioned yesterday we were doing just shits and giggles, but you were like, hey, Phoenix Suns, trade him up, straight up. Bradley Beal.
Straight up. Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler. Straight up.
I appreciate the Dallas one. I think that's very interesting, especially the 2 Dallas teams. But yeah, the Golden State was my option. He wants to win a championship. Where is the best fit? Who has experience? Who has the best coaching? It's Golden State. They need that one piece. We watched the NBA Cup game last night. They are missing that one piece. And I think Jimmy Butler, especially on both sides of the ball, he plays defense and could give you 20 to 25 a night.
Yeah, like Golden State could send out like a first round, possibly 2 first-round picks, Moody or Kuminga with A. Wiggins. Like Miami's like, damn, that's a solid trade.
Yeah.
A. Wiggins is not he ain't Jimmy Butler, but A. Wiggins, he's a solid player. Moody or Kuminga could develop. I think Kuminga got more of an upside than Moody, but Moody's another solid player. And who knows what those first round picks develop to.
And then Steph and Draymond could get number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Be very interesting. But that's all the news we got for the NBA and for college/NFL. Let's get into these picks, kid. Let's start in college football. No, we do have playoffs this weekend. It is the FCS playoffs, but we don't really cover that here. But we do have the legendary game in Landover, Maryland at the Redskin. I think it's FedEx Field. Yeah, it's FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. We got Army-Navy game. Army, they stormed the field last week. They won the AAC. Shout out them. I really wish they would have gotten into the playoff. That would have been so fucking cool. But alas, they did not. But they play the Naval Academy. They're laying 6.5 here. I guess you could say on the road. Technically, they are the home team, but Naval Academy is in Annapolis, which is about 30 minutes from Landover, Maryland. 255 on the money line, plus 205 for the Naval Academy, plus 6.5 total. As expected, low 39.5. But this is a much different Army team. They've won the last 2 in a row. but give me the Naval Academy. Give me the +6.5, kid. You know, they're looking towards their bowl game. This is a home game for Navy as well. And 6.5 points in this type of game is like 1,000 points, I feel like. It's always nip and tuck. They know how to play each other so well. I just think, kid, I know this Army team is so fucking good this year. You tip their cap, hell of a season. But I just think in a home type of game for Navy, I think they're going to go all out. This game means so much to them, to both sides. I just think Navy's going to keep this one close. I don't know if they'll win, but I do think they'll keep this one close. Give me the 6.5 with the midshipmen. What do you got?
So I was kind of hoping we was on opposite sides on this, but give me the Naval Academy.
Wow.
Give me the +6.5. I think it's gonna be a low scoring, nip and tuck type of game. Like you said, I think you broke it down perfectly, Dill. I think Navy's gonna give it all they have. I think, don't get me wrong, Army's been a powerhouse all year, and I'm not saying they deserve to be a playoff team, but they almost could have. They almost could have. So I'm gonna give them that benefit. They're a really good team, man. Army's definitely a really good team. Would I be shocked if they win by double digits? Absolutely not. But I'm gonna say Naval gives them all they got. They'll give me the +6.5. If you could get +7 come game day, that'll be lovely. But I think 6.5 will be well worth it.
Yeah, I also think Army quarterback Bryson Daly, he got snubbed from the Heisman consideration. He had a fantastic season. He rushed for over 1,400 yards as well, 29 rushing touchdowns, tied with Boise State Ashton Gentry as well. So I think he got snubbed, kid. Honestly, I think it's just because he plays for the Army Academy. How about the total? Because, the total is always fun to play in these games. I never really like playing the under or the total in this game, but the under I feel like is the play. Look, I'll read you the numbers. 47, 11, and 1 in games since 2005. The total has been bet down a little bit, but I still lean towards the under 39.5, maybe a 17-14 type of game. What do you think?
Dill, to be honest, I like the under. I think last year I hit on the under.
Yeah. I always try to zig when people are zagging when they're like, "Oh, I'm on the under."
I'm pretty sure last year was like at 40.
Yeah, it was
No
high.
way. It was like 40 or 41. I was like, no way. See, this year's like what, 38.5 still. Realistically, I like the under. I just don't love it. If it was at 40 again, I definitely would have smashed the under. But wouldn't be shocked if Army, puts it up a little bit realistically. But I wouldn't also be shocked if it's like a 17-13 type game.
Yeah.
So I lean the under. I wouldn't take it official, but I do like the under.
We're both on Navy plus the 6.5. We both lean under. I do think Army wins the game, though. Like, straight up, I do think Army is the better team, but I do think Navy is going to put everything they have. This is their Super Bowl. Like, this is their championship
I'm going to say ugly scores, though. I'm going to try to correct 16-13.
Ooh.
Somebody blocks a field goal.
Wow. Extra point. Yeah. I'm going to go 17-14 Army. Navy covers, game goes under in an ugly game, in a nip and tuck game.
Is
Army
it going to rain?
I don't know. Let me check the weather for this weekend.
If
in
it's
Atlanta.
raining, we getting the under right now.
Let's see. For Saturday.
Oh, it's nice.
It's nice. It's 39, cloudy. It's perfect football weather, kid. Wait, maybe the over now. I don't know. I'm staying away from the total, but I do like Navy. So go Navy. Beat Army. Before we get to NFL Week 15 plays, quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys, or in Elderberry, watching Army versus Navy. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. NFL Week 15. We got 14 game slate, no more buys. We got 7 1 o'clock games, 5 games in the late window as well. Love it. I hate those three game window slates in the late. They were the worst. We will start. Where do we want to start? Let's start down in the Bayou. New Orleans Saints hosting the Washington Redskins. Redskins laying 7.5 here on the road, -370 on the money line, +295 for the Saints. Total 43.5. Redskins off a bye. Carr done for the year. Reports right now on a Thursday night, Lattimore should be getting the start. Maybe a little revenge spot for him as well. I know it's a big number, but Redskins love to beat up on bad teams, and I think this is one of those spots. Saints, they don't really have much left in the tank. I don't think this is a look-ahead spot either for the Redskins. I know they got the Eagles on deck. They need this game for the wild card. I think it's a great teaser spot as well, but no quarterback for the Saints. Taysom Hill is out. Maybe if Taysom Hill was quarterbacking, maybe I'll be like, okay, that's a little too many points at home. But yeah, I'm gonna lay the points here with the Redskins, kid, and I also like them in a teaser for a little later on. But yeah, give me the road team.
Yeah, Dale. I'm all over Washington in this scenario, Dale. Where's the New Orleans gonna get the offense from? Even with Derek Carr, it's not like they were. It's not like they look like they had week 1 and 2. So offensively, no Derek Carr, no Taysom Hill. Don't get me wrong, rookie, he looked all right. What was it against Atlanta a couple of weeks ago? But realistically, I don't expect much from this offense. Alvin Kamara maybe has a solid game, but they're gonna pack the box still. I know Dan Quinn, he's gonna pack the box, especially in New Orleans. So, and what we've been seeing from Washington all year, they've been beating up on bad teams, and especially coming off a bye, I expect it to take care of business. Like you said, Dale, it's maybe not a must win, but right now the NFC is getting a little packed in. You need this game to win to keep moving on to the playoffs. So I love Washington, Dale. I want to. I'll say lay the 7.5. I think it's a perfect T spot as well. But realistically, we've seen Washington all season long beat up on bad teams.
Just no even Alvin Kamara, because we're recording this Thursday night, right before Thursday Night Football. Even Alvin Kamara missed practice. Like, where's the offense coming from? Like, I don't know where the points are coming from.
Like,
so yeah,
Valdez Scanley,
but he can't throw it and catch it.
Exactly.
Let's go to Tennessee. Titans hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals laying 4.5 on the road, -235 on the money line, +194 for Will Levis in the Titans. Total 46.5. Did you see Joe Burrow's house got robbed? Did you see that?
Yeah,
that's awful.
It's been a trend all season long. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
For NFL, like Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, a few other guys. Now Joe Burrow. To me, it's just unfortunate because some people will look at it like, oh, these dudes have it all. They could just replace those things. But at the end of the day,
they worked for it.
They work for it.
Yeah. What?
How would you feel? I don't have much, but I'll be mad if somebody takes what I got. So
yeah, anybody, and that's crazy. And did you hear what Tua came out and said? He goes, "My house, I have security guards at my house, and they are armed. So you do what you want."
And it's Florida. My property. That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, very unfortunate, and hopefully that does stop because you're right. It has been a trend recently. But as for this game, look, Brian Callahan, revenge spot against his old team. He was the OC for the Bengals last year. Short week for the Bengals. And they play next Thursday as well. So they're playing 3 games in about 14, 15 days, kid. A lot for the Bengals to ask. Interesting game, I think. What it came down to, Joe Burrow's great on short rest, and I just don't think this Titans team can slow down this Bengals offense or Jamar Chase. I really don't like laying points on the road but 2 spots here back to back. I'll lay the 4.5, kid. I just don't think Tennessee is playing for anything anymore. I know it's a revenge spot for Brian Callahan, but this offense is just too deadly for the Bengals for Tennessee to keep up. I'll lay the 4.5 here on the road.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Cincinnati's defense has been disappointing all season long, but Will Levis is going to turn the ball over. So can Cincinnati force that turnover? I think I give them a shot. We saw it last week against Dallas. Was able to get pressure on the quarterback. Was able to get a turnover. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised this game goes over. I kind of like the over 46 and a half, whatever you can get. I also like Will Levis over 212 and a half. That defense is very gettable, but we know he will make a mistake or two. He's still a very young quarterback. This Bengals offense, I'm so tempted to lay the points. It's just the defense still. We saw it last week. We saw it on Monday night. They played okay. Okay. Can they do it back to back? We haven't seen it all season long. That's my biggest fear. So my official play on the day, he was talking about Jamar Chase. I'm going a little bit on the opposite side. Give me T. Higgins. He had a quiet game on Sunday, I think he had 2 catches, 23 yards.
Monday.
I think he bounces back, Give me over 65 and a half yards at minus 115. He's been a monster all season long, especially when he's been healthy. He was healthy on Monday. Just didn't have a good game. I think he has a field day in Tennessee.
I love it. Third game in the 1 o'clock window. We will let's head south. We'll go to Houston. Texans hosting the Miami Dolphins. Texans laying the 2.5 here at home, minus 154 on the money line, plus 130 for the Fins. Total 46.5. Texans, another team off the bye. If I'm being honest, kid, I hate both of these teams. I mean, yes, Miami got the late cover, but they should have lost that game. Texans struggle against good receivers, and in general, they don't look good either. I don't like. If you're a loyal listener, I really don't like backing the Texans here. Do they need this game? Looks like they got the division wrapped up. Dolphins defense, they didn't look good. They got torched by the New York Jets. I mean, it's a stay away, but if anything, if you want to bet the game, I honestly would lay it with the Texans here at home. I'm going to fade Tua. The Dolphins defense has been fading these past few weeks as well. I think Joe Mixon could have a really big game as well. I think the Texans can also get some pressure on Tua, make him look a little normal. So I think when it's 2.5, the books tell you you're supposed to lay it, especially with the home team. So gun to my head, I would lay the points with the Texans. It's a stay away, but if you want to bet the game, I would lay it with the Texans here, kid. What do you like?
Give me the +3 with the Dolphins still. I love this game. Don't get me wrong. The Houston Texans, they've been struggling. I'm not going to say struggling, but they're not living up to the expectations I think me and you both had in the preseason for them. That loss against Tennessee, to me, that just left my head scratching. I was just like, oh my God. Hear me out. In a dome, too, it's not cold. It's not cold, Must-win game. Houston, they're backing into an AFC South title. In a must-win game, indoors, give me Tua +3. I also like his over 269 and a half passing. We've seen in these past few weeks, Miami's evolving to more of a pass first, run second offense. I'm kind of surprised by that. Even Akin, he's been receiving the ball a little more as of late. So, I love the +3 here, and I think Miami is live dog. So, give me the +3 with Miami on the road.
First game, we are on opposite sides. Let's go to the next game, fourth game in the 1 o'clock window. We'll head back up north to Cleveland. Browns hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs laying 4.5 here on the road, minus 215 on the money line. Jameis +4.5, plus 180 on the comeback. Total 43.5. Listen, I love Jameis Winston. I still enjoy watching him, but I just can't back him anymore. They're too banged up. A ton of guys miss practice. Really don't trust the Browns here. I know I thought we were going to get there last week against the Chargers of them, the Chiefs covering, but Lo and behold, they did not cover the game. Maybe this is the spot here, kid. I'll lay it here with the Chiefs -4.5.
I can't go there, though. In Cleveland, Kansas City has it covered since Nam. Give me Jameis Winston plus the 4. Don't get me wrong. I would not say they're live dogs. They're not. But the plus 4 is live, deal. Somehow Kansas City's going to either get a call, another field goal going to hit. Maybe the Browns miss a game-winning field goal by a doink. Something like that's going to happen, though. And Kansas City will win the game. But the Browns gonna cover the number, though. Jameis Winston and Jerry Jeudy has been on a roll, though. I also like Jerry Jeudy. I think his over unders at 78.5 yards. Jameis over unders at 238.5. I like those both overs just because the running game kind of been non-existent, and we know Steve Spagnuolo gonna be able to shut down the run and force Jameis Winston to throw. Maybe try to force him out the pocket, but we know one thing: Jameis is gonna let that ball go. So give me Cleveland plus 4. And I wouldn't be shocked some way, somehow, it comes down to the last 10 seconds of the game.
Back-to-back games on opposite sides. Let's go. Let's make it 3. Let's go to 5th game here in the 1 o'clock window. Panthers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Panthers laying 2.5, -148 on the money line. Cowboys +2.5, +126 on the buyback. Over under is at 42.5. Panthers are the favorite, kid, and I love it. Bryce Young, I think he's looked so much better since coming back. He has confidence now. He sees the field better. And I think getting Adam Thielen back has really helped him too. Dallas on a short week, too, by the way. They're banged up. Like I said, Overshown, he is out for the season as well. They're banged up on both sides of the ball. I think Chuba Hubbard could have a huge game. I think the Panthers are really going to be able to move the ball against the Cowboys here. They're the hotter team. I think they're the better team. Might be lock potential. I'm laying the 2.5 here with the Panthers, kid.
Yo, I love the energy. Though. The fact that the Panthers are out here laying points, I love it. They've been in a covering machine. I will say that. They have been a covering machine. Give me Adam Thielen over 50.5 receiving yards. Yeah. Ever since he came back from the injury, he went over this mark 3 straight games. He had 57, 99, and 102. Don't get me wrong, don't expect him to have around 100 yards. But I say 60, 70, maybe 80 from Adam Thielen. We know even last season he was Bryce Young's favorite target. And we're seeing it now, coming back from the injury. No Deontay Johnson. He got a couple young bulls there, but he got the young OG in Adam Thielen. Give me Adam Thielen over 50.5 yards.
I'm interested. Who do you like in the game?
Realistically, Dill, I think the Panthers should be the favorite. I think the Cowboys somehow managed to win the game.
Wow.
Yeah, I think somehow, some way, the Cowboys managed to win the game. You know, I think they bounced back. At the end, they played a good game against Tennessee. You know, the ball didn't bounce their way. I think the ball might bounce their way in Carolina.
I think they find a way to fuck it up late, and Mike McCarthy does his stupid look. Whenever he does something stupid, tell me he doesn't look at the Jumbotron, especially when he's home. He'll go like this. Exactly. He'll look and be like, I hate that look from Mike McCarthy. And he assaulted a cameraman. Did you see that after the game?
Yeah. I wouldn't say he assaulted him, but he was trying to go. He was trying to get to somewhere. And he
assaulted him. Let's go to the 6th game in the 1 o'clock window. Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the New York Jets. Jets staying in Florida. And they're favorites, huh? Jets favorite -3.5, -176. +148 on the buyback for the Jaguars. Total 40.5. How the hell are the Jets laying points here, kid? Back-to-back road spots for them as well. And all the sharps, all the money, if you look at Vegas and the splits between the bets and the money, every week the sharps are on the Jets. They're on them again this week. Elvis, on principle, do we just take Mac Jones here? Like, I don't know, because they're coming off a win, and this is the perfect time to fade the Jaguars, in my opinion. But why would the Jets try in this game? They got eliminated last week. They can't tackle. Brace Hall's looking like he's going to miss the game again. It's a tough spot here. I gotta take the Jags plus the points. I don't trust the Jets. What could go wrong will go wrong for this team. They don't have a good defense. They still can't tackle. And I think Tank Bigsby could have a huge game. Look at his rushing props over. Give me the Jags plus the points. Mac Jones going to win 2 in a row.
Dale, I love the energy. I'm with you. I love the the Jaguars plus 3.5. I'm surprised if the Jets was minus like 1.5, or if it was a pick 'em. I understand that. Just on paper, Jets are much talented. On paper, they're more healthier as well. But Dale, one thing I could say, who's undefeated against the Jets in their career, right?
Doug Peterson.
Mac Jones. You know it. What? First time y'all beat us in 14 tries was this year, Dill. Who kept that going? Mac Attack. He never lost in his career to the Jets. I don't think he does it, Dill. I love the plus 3.5. I think they're live dogs. Don't get me wrong. Do the Jets deserve to be favored? I think so. Do they deserve to be 3.5-point favorites? Hell no. They'll give me the plus 3.5, and then I have my prop. They'll not for nothing. The Jets offensively has been clicking a little better. I think even you as a Jets fan, down year, but these past few weeks the offense has been looking a little better. We just saw Aaron Rodgers' first 300-yard passing game all season long. They'll give me Devontae Adams over 65 receiving yards. So I think this number is a little too short. We've seen this connection build off. We've seen it on third downs, fourth downs, when he's just rushing the play, giving Devontae a little head nod, and Devontae's just making a little out route or a slant, and it's going for 10, 15, 20 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if he finds the end zone as well. Give me Devontae over 65.5 receiving yards.
Last game on the 1 o'clock window. Let's stay here in Jersey. New York Giants hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens laying 16.5 points. Plus 880 for the New York Giants on the buyback. Over under is at 42.5. Ravens coming off the bye, and they're the biggest favorite of the year. Tommy DeVito is getting the start for the Giants this week. Line went from 14 to 16, and I agree with the line movement. I think Lamar, you heard Lamar's mom come out this week and said he needs to run more. Look at Lamar and his rushing props. Also, Derrick Henry cut his dreads off. I think he could have a big game as well. I don't know if it's a look-ahead spot either for the Ravens because, they do have the Steelers on deck, but the Giants aren't trying at this point. They're trying to get the number 1 pick. They talked to Cam Ward this week. We'll see what happens there, but can you seriously take the Giants? They stink at home. I know they covered last week, but they stink at home. It's a huge number. I know we're a credible source here, but I'm going to lay the 16 points, kid.
Yeah. And on principle, I'm not going to advise people to lay it, but I can see why you're laying it. 16.5 points.
That's crazy.
In the NFL, it's crazy.
Maybe at home.
On the road, it's crazy. I see why. I'm not going to go there, but I see why. I'm going to go with a player prop. I do think the Ravens will win this game by double digits. I'm just not going to, put my money to win by 17. That's all. Dill, I love this prop. This prop has lock potential, Dill. Give me Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns at minus 125. Dill, I'm gonna tell you his passing touchdown totals since week 7. 5, 2, 3, 4. 1 against Pittsburgh. At Pittsburgh at that. 2 against the Chargers. 2 against Philly last week. Dill, I wouldn't be surprised if he has another 5-banger like he did against Tampa week 7. He did that at Tampa week 7. Wouldn't be surprised if he has a 5-banger in New York. I got to honestly look at the number for a 4 or 5 plus touchdown.
Yeah, ladder it up like I did with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, so I won't have the exact number in front of me, though. If you could look it up, be so kindly. But I love Lamar. I might be the lock of the week. Minus 125 over 1.5 passing touchdowns. But I also love, passing 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, maybe even 5. He might even put an MVP performance in MetLife.
I'm on FanDuel and they're dicking me around with the props. So maybe look on another website or another
I
sports
just
book.
tried, and then they
Yeah.
hit me with the "What's your location?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're going
they're
crazy.
scared of me.
Yeah. Let's go to the 4 o'clock window. Like I said, some really good games here in the 4 o'clock window. I think much better than the 1 o'clock window, and we will start Mile High. Denver Broncos hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Broncos laying 3.5 at home, -205 on the money line, +172 on the comeback for the Colts. Total 44.5. Kid, both teams coming off a bye. And as much as I like Bo Nix and the Broncos, I really tried to fade them here this week because this is a spot everyone is on the Broncos, and for good reason. But I couldn't find any angle to take the Colts in this situation. I'm going to be on the public side here, Elvis. I got to lay it with the Broncos here. Bo Nix has been incredible. He's been awesome. And I think the Broncos defense is going to give us a better showing after they got torched at home by Jameis and the Browns on Monday Night Football. So I think coming off a bye, this is a nice get right spot for the Broncos defense and for the team in general, who they're playing against a dome team who's coming outside in December in Colorado. I don't trust AR-15. I'm going to lay the points here with the Broncos. Might be lock potential too.
Still, I'm not gonna say I love the Browns here, but I like them a lot. I might lay the -4. I do like them here, but my official play for the game, Dill, is give me the under 44.5. Dill, I just don't see too many points. Like you said, dome team, AR-15. Dill, it's gonna be brick. It's gonna be cold in Denver. I understand you got the altitude and all that. Maybe you be able to kick a couple field goals, but give me the under 44.5. I expect Denver, like you said, to have a better outing defensively, shut it down. And don't get me wrong, Indianapolis, their defense is pretty respectful of Dill. Don't get me wrong, Bo Nix might be offensive rookie of the year, Dill. But I don't expect them to, to have a huge game against Indianapolis as well. So give me the under 44.5. And not for none, I also like Anthony Richardson anytime touchdown. For some reason, Jonathan Taylor's not finding the end zone. Trust me, I have him in fantasy. Got him on the bench right now for playoffs. I think Anthony Richardson gets in because for some reason that's who's been getting in at plus 185. So I like that as well. But I also like Denver -4. But give me the under -44.5.
Someone asked me a really good question. Would you take AR-15 or Bryce Young right now? I would take Bryce Young.
Fuck. I would take AR-15 has been in a better situation. So you got to put that in perspective. I would probably gun to my head, I would take AR-15.
Oh, wow.
But I like Bryce Young. Like coming out of like put it this, if they were both entering the draft, I would say Bryce Young.
Okay. Let's go to the next game. Your New England Patriots on the road taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals laying 6.5 here at home, -260 on the money line, +215 for the Patriots. Total 46.5. Your Patriots coming off a bye. And Elvis, the Cardinals have done me dirty too many times this season. But give me them one more time. Outside of Drake May, what does this team do well to keep up with the Cardinals? I mean, he's great. I do like Drake May, but he's a rookie and he can't do it by himself. It's a big number. I'd rather tease the Cardinals to get him down to a half because I do think they'll win the game, but I don't know. I just don't see where this offense is good, where the points are going to come from this offense. I like Drake May, but I think Cardinals at home could be a wrong spot, but I've gotten the Cardinals wrong all season, and they've done me dirty all year. So I like him again here. I think it's a good teaser spot, but I am going to be on the Cardinals here at home.
Don't get me wrong. Everybody knows I'm a Patriots fan. I love my team. I think Drake May is definitely going to be the guy for the future moving forward. But coming off a tough loss last week at home, I think this is the perfect bounce back scenario for the Cardinals. You got the Patriots, who's just a bad team. I'll say it. We're a bad team. Cardinals that can make that playoff push. They've got the eyes set on the division. Still, this is I would say this is a must-win game for Arizona. If you can't beat the Patriots at home, you don't deserve
Wrap
to
them
win.
up. They're
Yeah,
done.
you don't deserve to win the division. You deserve to have a chance at any wild card spot. So, in my opinion, I think this is a must-win game. So I do agree with you. Perfect teaser spot here. I don't know if I'll lay the 6.5 deal, but one thing I'll say, I love the prop Hunter Henry over. Still, our defense is not the best right now. I like McBride over 63.5. I know Christian Gonzalez is going to match up with Marvin Harrison as much as possible. If anything, lean Marvin Harrison under. He's been having a wacky season, but I think McBride possibly have a successful day on us. Over 63.5 yards. I like that number. We've seen the season he's been having.
Third 4 o'clock window game. Let's go out to LA. Chargers hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chargers laying 3 at home, -152 on the money line, +128 for the Bucks. Total is at 45.5. This one was really hard to cap, in my opinion, because I think both teams are banged up right now, but I do think the Chargers are the better team, and coaching, I like Todd Bowles, but I trust Jim Harbaugh more than Todd Bowles right now. And I think Jim Harbaugh is going to get the most out of his team. I think they're going to try to be the more physical team. Herbert is great off of a loss. I trust Justin Herbert more than Baker Mayfield. I like Mac Jones. I think he's good. Not Mac Jones, excuse me. I do like them against the Jets. But I was saying Baker Mayfield, I meant to say. I think Justin Herbert is just much better than Baker Mayfield as well. I think defensively, they're the better team as well. Off of a loss, I think Jim Harbaugh will get the boys rolling. I'll lay the 3 here at home with the Chargers.
Joe, don't get me wrong. I like your play a lot, but don't get me wrong. Tampa could afford to lose their game, and I still think they possibly not run away, but win the division. But in my opinion, Tampa right now is the better team. Ever since DK Dobbins has went out with that injury, this offense has just been fluttering. Not looking good. Justin Herbert definitely. If Vladimir Conkley's there, looking where the offense will look better, Dill. But we know Tampa, they're gonna scheme for that. They're gonna scheme against Vladimir Conkley. I understand there's no Antonio Winfield Jr. in the secondary, but this Tampa defense is loaded with talent. Todd Bowles is gonna some way somehow try to take Lad McConkey out the game if he's healthy enough to go. I just don't see them offensively, being able to consistently pass the ball on Tampa's defense and honestly run the ball. So I like the +3 here with Tampa on the road. I think they're live dogs as well. Don't get me wrong. I do think the Chargers, if the JK was there, I probably would have took the Chargers still, but right now, without a running game, without a consistent passing game or a true number one wide receiver to lean on, I think Tampa right now is the way to go.
Let's go to Philly at the link. The Philadelphia Eagles laying 5.5 here at home, -250 on the money line against Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. They're dogs, +5.5, +205 on the money line. Total is at 42.5. Huge game for the Battle of Pennsylvania. Looks like TJ Watt will be playing. But kid, well, what are we doing here? Tomlin as a dog again. I just think we automatically have to bet the Steelers at this point. I think it's too many points in general, though, especially the way the Steelers have been playing on offense. Can the Steelers get to Hurts? That was the biggest question when looking at this game. They have a great offensive line. They've been protecting Jalen Hurts. The defensive line has kind of been questionable here. Can they get to Hurts? I think that's the question. There's a lot of noise in Philadelphia surrounding Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, him not being happy. A.J. Brown, he changed his profile picture to the Joker. What does that mean? Last time he was unhappy, he went for 7 games straight for 120 yards. That's not good for the Steelers. This might be a look-ahead spot towards for the Steelers for the Redskins next week. I just think it's too many points. Tomlin as a dog is just an automatic bet for me. So give me the Steelers plus the points. I think it's a good teaser leg as well for the Steelers. But yeah, give me the Steelers here.
Yeah, Dale. Give me the Steelers +5.5 on the road. Don't get me wrong. Philly, they're good. They're really good. I just don't know if they're 5.5 point favorite against the Steelers. Steelers are solid defensively. If they able to slow down Saquon, I'm not going to even say the word stop. Just slow down Saquon. I think they're live dogs in this game. Jalen Hurts hasn't been the game changer we once saw a couple years back. Don't get me wrong, can that guy still come out and win the game with his arm? I think so, Dill, but we just haven't seen it this season. It's been defense, 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 and Saquon hurts you in the second half, mostly in the fourth quarter. I honestly think Mike Tomlin and his defense is going to find a way to slow down Saquon Barkley. I do think it's going to be a low scoring game. Both defenses will show up, but can Jalen Hurts outgun Russell Wilson? I don't know, Dill. Give me the plus 5.5, and I also think the Steelers are live dogs. Oh,
All
and
right.
real quick, though,
Oh,
I
yeah,
also
yeah.
have a prop. My fault.
No, you're
Give
good.
me Calvin Austin over 24.5 receiving yards. This number's too low. Right now, I'm not sure if George Pickens is going to be able to go. I'm at fault, 26.5 receiving yards. And we've seen Austin, these past couple of weeks, he's been getting more and more targets. We've seen him find the end zone a couple of times, and he's gaining that trust from Russell Wilson. And he's been in big games. He's a vet, Dill. Give me over 26.5 receiving yards at minus 115.
Let's go to the last 4 o'clock window. Game of the week. Best game, I think. Let's go to Detroit Lions hosting the Buffalo Bills. Detroit laying 2.5 at home, minus 142 on the money line. Bills plus 2.5, plus 120 on the money line. Total high, 54.5. Big game here for the Bills. They're still chasing the Chiefs for that number 1 seed. I think there's going to be a playoff environment. I know it's 2 of the non-conference game teams, but should be a playoff game, playoff atmosphere. And the more I think about this game, I was going to lay it because I said earlier in the show when with the Texans game, if they're giving you the home team laying 2.5, you got to lay the points here. The more I think about this game, the more I'm falling for the Bills side on this one. Coming off a loss, and as much as I like this Lions team, they do struggle against mobile quarterbacks. And I think Josh Allen, the best quarterback in the league, could have a field day in this game. I guess one thing I do worry about is the physicality in this game. Can the Bills match the Lions at the line of scrimmage and their physicality? We'll see. I'm banking on them being focused and wanting to come out strong after a tough loss last weekend. Also, hoping the Bills defense picks it up as well. It was a tough showing last week. Matt Milano needs to play better. A bunch of them need to play better. I think the running back tandem between Gibbs and Montgomery could potentially have a big game as well against this defense. I think it's a high-scoring game. I love the over. But I'm going to take the Bills here, kid. I think the Bills are just trending a little better right now. I'll take the plus 2.5, and I'll also take them on the money line.
Dill, we just saw the Buffalo Bills come out of a damn shootout with the Los Angeles Rams. Now they're gonna face the best offense in football in Detroit. That field is gonna be rocking. They'll give me Buffalo Bills. Give me Buffalo plus 125 on the money line. If you want to tease Buffalo up, I think it's also a great tease spot as well. But give me Buffalo. I think they're live dogs. Give me the plus 125. I also love Josh Allen anytime touchdown at plus 125. Dill, I think he gets in. I think this might be a statement game to where Buffalo will be going. Not just this weekend, but possibly this postseason. Dill, if you're able to knock off, go into Detroit, the best offensive football, and quiet that crowd down and have an impressive win, Dill. We saw them beat the best team in the AFC already, the Kansas City Chiefs. And they could put on this season. They knocked off the Chiefs. They knocked off the Lions. Still, the Bills will solidify themselves as the best team in football. Give me the Bills plus 120 on the money line.
Let's go to Sunday night football between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Packers laying 2.5 here on the road, minus 146 on the money line. Seattle Seahawks plus 124. Home dogs, total 46.5. Kid, I was saying the other game was really tough. This one was really tough to handicap as well. Packers coming off their mini bye, playing on Thursday night football. I think these two teams are very close. I think they're very close. I am leaning Seattle here. With the home crowd, I think I'm going to take the points here with Seattle plus 2.5. They are playing better. Mike McDonald got the defense playing well. I know it's been not the best teams they've been playing against, but still, they are winning the
Mm-hmm.
games. I think they're playing a little better right now than the Green Bay Packers. I still don't trust Jordan Love. I'm going to take Seattle here, kid. I like them here at home.
Yo, I can't disagree with anything you just said. I'm gonna be honest, I can't. But give me the Green Bay Packers minus 2.5 on the road, Dale. This is a proven game for the Green Bay Packers. They haven't beaten a playoff team all season long. I think they get the job done here. We see, like you said, Seattle been winning these games against not the best team, but they've been winning these games. They haven't been pretty, but they're winning. Dale, I think this matchup is going to come down to coaching. Matt LaFleur is a top 5 coach. No ifs, no ands, no doubts. Mike McDonald, he's been coaching his butt off defensively these past few weeks since their bye week. I think he's gonna not struggle, but I think Matt LaFleur is just gonna be able to get him. That's how just out coach him on Sunday night. They'll give me the Green Bay Packers minus 2.5 on the road.
All right, kid. Thank you so much. Good luck. Let's finish week 15 strong. I mean, you're coming off a really good week as well. Week 14, been hot in the NFL. Let's continue to stay hot. Let's head to the association. Like I said, only 8 games here on the hardwood. I have no plays, but I know you got a few. Why don't you rattle them off, kid? What do you like here for Friday?
Yeah, let's start off in Cleveland. Love the fact that we got an 8 game slate. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Love the cup play. Love the cup play, but the only 2 games a day. I need a little more action than that. Come on. But started off in Cleveland. Washington Wizards taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Over under sitting at 230. Cleveland's laying 17.5, Dill. Hate me. You gotta hate me, Dill. You might disagree with me. Give me the plus 17.5. That's just too many points. Would I be surprised if Cleveland wins by 20? No. I just feel like on principle, 17.5 points are too many. Are Washington live dogs at plus 1300, Dill? Is it worth a sprinkle? I gotta ask you. Is Washington worth a sprinkle
No,
at plus
no,
1300 on the money line?
no. They're just that bad.
They're just that bad. But give me the plus 17 and a half. Shop around. Next game, Indiana Pacers taking on the Philly. Watch out, Philly. Philly's coming along now. Philadelphia 76ers. Philly laying 5.5, laying 6, whatever you could get at home. Over and they're sitting at 225.5. Dill. Too many points. Give me the plus 5.5. Give me the plus 6 with the Pacers. Don't get me wrong. The Pacers not playing great. I will say that 100%. Philly's been trending up. I still don't trust Philly. I think that's too many points. Don't get me wrong. Wouldn't be surprised if Philly win the game. But I think 5.5, 6 points is too much. Give me the Pacers plus the points. Next game, Los Angeles Lakers taking on Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves laying 7 at home. Over under sitting at 215.5. Dill. I'm sorry, I gotta go there. Give me the -7 with the Timberwolves. Still, I'm not loving what I've been seeing from the Los Angeles Lakers as of late. LeBron, he's been playing good, honestly, but it is not leading up to wins. AD kind of falling off a little bit. He's still pretty good, but he needs to average at least 3+ blocks a game. He needs to be a defensive prowl. If he's out there crashing the boards, getting a couple block shots, they're live dogs here. But I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota beats them by double digits. I'm gonna lay it here. Next game, Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets. The Joker's been bugging. I will say that Joker has been bugging. Um, Denver laying 6.5, over under sitting at 226.5. They'll give me the plus 6.5. I honestly feel like, don't get me wrong, Joker's been playing at a very high level, MVP level. But these are, in my opinion, two evenly matched teams at the moment. It's just Joker's just playing very at an astounding level right now. Joker could give you a 40-point triple double, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 3-point game and Clippers cover. Give me the Clippers plus 6.5 on the road, Dale. And then my last game that I'm touching, Phoenix Suns take on the Utah Jazz. Don't get me wrong. Oh, no, real quick. Jazz. No, Phoenix lane 4.5, lane 5. Where if you get shop around, over under sitting at 229.5. Phoenix lost 3 straight. Though don't get me wrong, little worried about that. But Utah is one of the worst teams in basketball. I think this is a great bounce back and great number for the Suns, catching them at -4.5, -5. I wouldn't even be surprised tomorrow's at 6.5, 7. Get the number now if you can. I think Suns win big. They'll give me the -4.5, -5 with the Phoenix Suns.
Thank you, Elvis. Good luck on the hardwood. Any last words before we get up out of here and we have a great weekend?
Nah, Dale, let's just have a great weekend. Hopefully, the weekend is not as cold as these past 2 days. Other than that, let's just have a great weekend, people.
Yes, sir. Good luck. God bless.